Oh, it has to be hands down. Yeah, it's up against Halo. What? No, it's great. It's perfect. So yeah, speaking of, um,
Have you got cricket news then? Is this what is that segue?
so welcome move to it's just cricket. I've not really actually got any news. But I think we might as well wrap it up because it's we've done it to death. But franchise cricket has almost made me feel very jaded with cricket. I'm like, it feels like it's happening all the time. Like you had the WPL, which happened, which is great for the women's game. That's fantastic. And like people like Nat Skiver and Izzy Wong, for England performing on such a big stage, and you had a great crowd in India, and it looked amazing. But I just really struggled to be invested because you got that on, and then coupled with that, you got the PSL happening at the same time. I'm just like, it's it's just too much. And they've also got there's a really good T20 series that just finished between South Africa and West Indies. And I think in the second game, I think was the highest ever scoring T20 game. I think that West Indies got like 250 or something, and
What?
then South Africa chased them down.
How? What?
Um, yeah, let me see if I can quickly find the scorecard. But
That
like
that's
it,
completely mad because
mhm.
I had no idea it was even going on. Like,
Yeah,
which is
exactly, well,
weird.
exactly.
You imagine like with so much cricket going on, you'd be more aware of it happening, but
Oh yeah, yeah. It's but I mean that really just passed me by, and like I know if it was in the past, I would have been really into this series. I would have cared and watched it and loved it. But I just couldn't even when the highlights came. I'm like I can't be bothered. I'm like that's bad. But yeah. So first T20, West Indies won by 3 wickets. It was only 11 over game. South Africa got 131. West Indies chasing down with 3 balls remaining. But yeah, it was the second game. So West Indies got 258 for 5 off their 20 overs. And then South Africa chased them down with 7 balls to spare.
with
What a
seven
game.
balls to
Mental.
spare as well,
Yeah.
they had
What
more
an
left in the
amazing game.
tank.
Yeah. But West Indies then won the final game. So they won that series 2-1, which is a really good result for them, West Indies cricket. Um, but that's a series I would have loved to watch and really, savoured. But I just feel so burnt out. And the next week, county championship starts. I'm like, it's I, I've kind of like, I think I've stopped myself from watching anything since the test series finished or the one day series finished against Bangladesh. I think just to try and give myself a break before this starts. Because you've got 2 months of the tournament that will not be named and this special. Um, and it's just, it's a struggle. Um, but I can give you some quick county championship news if you would like it.
I would. I just wanted to say, like, that's the whole point. You start to miss a thing when you don't have it. So if you continually have
Hmm.
cricket going on,
Yeah,
you're not
100%. Yeah,
you're gonna
exactly.
feel diluted by it. You're gonna feel like you'll love it there. Like
Yeah,
a TV show isn't on all year round unless it's like
yeah,
EastEnders.
yeah,
But like waiting for it to come back around again is part of the
yeah,
enjoyment
exactly.
of the show or the like at the next film in a series or whatever or next book. Like if
If you
we
got it all the time, who cares?
exactly like we're going to see one of the Ashes
Yeah,
games in June, and I think
June. Yeah, 30th of June.
if we were like constantly watching cricket, that would make going to that game a bit less
Less of
exciting.
an event. Yeah,
Like
I agree.
fans need the break as much as players do, so we can feel revitalized into like supporting the sport. Otherwise, it's
So
just
otherwise,
gonna
yeah, and
be a bit
yeah,
dull and boring. And it's cricket. It
yeah,
sometimes it is a bit dull and boring if it's not
yeah.
basketball. If
It
it's
can't.
basketball,
It
it's
can't.
fucking
Every game can't be that T20 series with West Indies South Africa, and I feel like every time they're trying to force that. But if you hadn't have had a series or tournament going on at the same time, but I can understand that. I'm happy for the WPL to happening. That's important to happen for the women's game, 100%. But it's just all the other stuff going on around it, like the PSL. I feel like I've seen more cricket in Pakistan this winter than I've ever seen like anywhere else. But like it's just franchise cricket just feels like it's the TikTok of cricket. It's just always happening. It's basically always done for clicks. Like Shaheen Shah Afridi got like 50 off 20 balls in the final. I'm like, okay, I'll forget about it next week. I mean, I
uh,
so let's
it's just
talk
not
about
cricket pod on TikTok.
Yeah, follow us, please. Um, but you've got another franchise starting for the US, which apparently the ECB are trying to block English contracted players going to. But I think you can get trouble now because I think a franchise is going to be offering reportedly Jason Roy £300,000 or dollars to go play in that franchise competition
It's not like
over
Roy would
like
be
the
a big
Blast.
loss for us anyway. So.
But then you get that awkward thing of being like, well, you let that player go. What about this player going? And it's suddenly like you're getting people drawn away from like the Blast and the English summer. And then where do you get these players built and developed from? If we've done it, this is old ground.
It's just a
um,
weird. America is not a crickety country.
not at
Like
all.
it's a very strange place to try and build the sport. Why not
Yeah,
try and build the sport in the already established lesser cricketing
100%,
countries?
100%. Well, they don't have money. It all comes down to money. Woo, because it's owned by the IPL owners mostly, this US series, because it's like the Mumbai Indians, New York or whatever. It's like, what is that name? um anyway, county championship moves news, and then we'll wrap it up. So starts next week. I think the only things to note, Crawley got a duck in his warm up today.
Nice, good.
Um,
Well and Kufi.
called good start. Meaning go as you are. Archer is probably not going to play any county championship red ball before the Ashes, as confirmed by Paul Farbrace. So he's got 2 months at the tournament that must not be named. Um, might play in the Ireland test potentially. Depends on his fitness. Depends if he gets in the team. I think he probably does. Um, Stokes is only playing as a batter in a tournament that must not be named. He's not going to be bowling. Apparently, he had an injection on his knee after New Zealand tour. I don't know how bad that is. People were saying that he shouldn't be going to the IPL because of it. I'm like, well, it's his money, it's his career. Let him do what he wants. Um,
That's the point we've got to.
yeah, like,
We just don't care anymore. It's their
but
choice.
it's
It
yeah. I mean, it
can't
should
do
be
anything.
like does Stokes need I don't know a month off and then play 2 games for Durham? Is that good preparation for the Ashes, or just play with decent players and the tournament that's not been named? I think it doesn't matter. I think it really doesn't matter anymore. I think they're good enough to adapt, especially with Bazball. The final thing, Bairstow probably going to be returned to action in May, and has bequested that he keeps in his Yorkshire games to try and push his case to be keeper in the Test summer, which I think was probably expected. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes alongside Folkes. I mean, Bairstow will be playing in Division 2 of Yorkshire, I believe. Folkes Division 1. Don't think it makes any difference, but quite interesting that he wants to keep rather than just play as a sole batter. Obviously, see that's his way back in. I'm guessing that's might have been told that as well.
Yeah, I was wondering if he's been said like Brooke has played so well. The
Yeah,
only position we could possibly put you in is as keeper.
yeah. So I think, I mean, I don't think that's a. It's not. It's.
It's not
I'm
surprising.
happy. Yeah,
It's one of the few options that would have seen him come back in. So
exactly. And I don't think he's going to open. I reckon they probably drop Crawley. Um, I'm just not 100% sure who they'll bring in just yet. And I don't think I can't see them opening with Bairstow. As fun as Bazball that would be, I think it's unlikely. I think he's probably going to keep, and you have someone maybe like Ben Compton come in and open in the test team. Um, but yeah, I think otherwise that is about it. Unless you got anything else.
I think there is one match in particular I think we want to
Ah,
preview
yes,
quickly.
we were going to
Quickly.
quickly preview that very quickly. We have started a team called the Wicket Whippets. So quickly. Yeah, we've got our first game on the 14th of April, my birthday, which is going to be T20. Hopefully, weather will be good. Hopefully, light will be good for an evening T20 in April. Going to be touch and go. Might be 10 overs a side. But yeah, basically, it's just going to be a team of vibes. I think I basically started it. Didn't really start. I was just netting with a friend in London last few years, and thought it might be fun if we can see if anyone else is interested in netting as well. Got about 5 or 6 people. Be like, oh, maybe we could grab more people, and yourself involved. Be like, oh, maybe we could play some games, and here we are. I think basically it's just a team for people who, you know, can't be committed to a club but just want to play and enjoy playing with friends and people and stuff. And I think that's the most important thing. I think cricket, I love club cricket. It's a vibe, but I think it takes up all your summer. like
Mhm.
Saturdays and Sundays every week. If you want to play league games, you want to make a difference to the team. It's all day on Saturday, and that's all your summer, and that's gone. Um, and if you've got all your friends and you've got family at that club, then fine. That's it makes complete sense. But for me personally, I found it difficult to detach myself from my social life, um, and just life in general, and spend basically 6 hours of a day in a field with
Mm.
people I get on with, but not necessarily friends with. And I'm feeling like, who am I doing this for? So I think for me, it was like, I want to make a team of just mates and people I can enjoy playing cricket with and just enjoy the game, because I always felt that's too much pressure all the time. So I think it'll be fun. Are you looking forward to it?
I am. I'm like equally excited and nervous, which I think is a good balance
I think
anyway.
so. Yeah.
Like it's very different to like a football season where it's only a couple of hours
Yeah.
a week, maybe an hour of training
Yeah.
midweek. Like even a 2020 game, which is what we're going to be playing, is going
Yeah.
to be like 3 or 4 hours.
Three. I think three. We'll try and get through as quick as we can.
I mean, I don't think we're going to try, but I think we will.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just going to be nice to play without any expectations. Just
Exactly. Like, if we're
like
50 or out, we're 50 all out. Who cares?
exactly. Like we've played at the park with our mates, and they're not very good. So it'll be nice to like have a bit more of a challenging game, but still that sort of vibe going around.
I think so. Yeah. And yeah, just to play without it is almost Bazballish. It's to play without fear, and it's just to play to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see what happens when you have that, and you've not got that peer pressure, you've not got that expectation. You're just going in to have fun and just have a good time with your friends. And I think that probably will bring the best out of some players as well. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride. I'm going to try and cover some of it on our pods and socials and stuff. So if you want to follow us on,
Oh wait, I think seeing as I did the intro, I should also do. Well, you should do the outro. I forget how it happens. I was
I don't know.
driving the podcast for so long, I've taken my eye off the
And I
road.
got angry at Shadow Empire. Yeah, so you want to follow
So
us at Just Not Crickball on Twitter, on Instagram, and TikTok, and YouTube,
see,
everywhere,
it's kind of
everywhere,
difficult to remember when you're like on the spot and
everywhere.
gotta do
But
it.
yeah, I'll be posting everywhere and everywhere about our games and stuff, trying to do some photos, some videos, things like that. Um, I'll be doing more tweets, I guess, about favorite cricketers. We had a lot of that, I guess, if you want to get involved. And we'll be back at some point, maybe with a post-match review or match preview. I don't know, something
So all we can say is we promise it won't be any more Rings of Power.
that it's done.
We've
It won't
retired
be
it
an
for the
IPL
pod.
special either.
Oh no, the IPL special is coming. This might be
Yeah,
an
it's still yeah
pause, but the IPL special will come
yeah. So
next
if
year,
you're
but
yeah
that takes all
yeah
time.
if you're waiting for the IPL special, I'll leave a timestamp with this. So this is the IPL special segment. Next episode. Cody, he's pretty good, isn't he?
I know, right? Dennis to whippets. But
Go on the whips. All right. Well, peace.
bye.
Bye.